And we're live. May as well play the intro, right? All right, what's up, everybody? Cody Moose in the Hoose. Sir, please don't turn your car off. All right. Cody, what was the movie that had Fast and Furious is the movie, but the character that drove the car got into like some kind of mysterious car accident that ended up like taking his life. Do you know what's the guy's name? I should have researched that before. Is that what you're talking about? A situation like that? Man, I hope not. I hopeth not. All right, guys. So what's up? Welcome tonight. Another AI related stream because I mean this is just what all the cool people want to listen to and talk about these days, right? So we may as well too. So first and foremost, what is this one particularly about? Well, everybody here by now in the year 2023 knows what a Tesla is. Yes. Tesla was like the first car company, at least to my knowledge, in the United States that you had the ability to buy one of these vehicles and it was fully autonomous, you could say. The car could actually drive itself for you. I know there's videos of people just like pass out of their steering wheel, all kinds of crazy stuff, but it's going far past Tesla. I mean, like every car manufacturer nowadays is trying to have some kind of way to automate their vehicles. And somebody in particular, actually Kyle W., he actually sent me a video of the like semi self-driving system in his Jeep Grand Wagoneer that he had just got, and it's pretty cool. We should take a look at this, guys. I hope you guys can hear the audio on this. Actually, let me double check that. Yeah. All right, guys, check this out. RIP to that Veal slide FD. If you know, you know.
We are no longer in any traffic. I just want to display how easy it is to use this active driving assist. So right now, the speed limit's 55 miles an hour. I'm going to set the active driving assist system feature by pressing this little steering wheel on the button here. So I press this, you see a little steering wheel appear on the bottom right, and it also shows in the main feature. To set this, all I hit the set minus or set plus up top. So I'm going to hit set plus up here. And now active driving is set to 58 miles an hour. 59 miles an hour. I just hit it up again. I'll go up to 60. So I can drive at this.
Okay, so I don't 100% know how like Chrysler, GMCs, whatever. It's not GMC. Duh. Chrysler, Fiat, Motor Company, whoever owns Dodge these days. I don't know exactly how their system works, but it already looks like it's pretty similar to the one in my truck. So like, there's two buttons on my truck. One is like a lane assist, and the other is like the active driving. And they have these bars that go up and down. And let's just say, for example, there's 3 bars maximum and 1 bar minimum. If you have all 3 bars on it, that means that it'll keep the maximum distance in between you and the car in front of you. And with the cameras and the quote unquote AI, which I guess we can discuss that too. I don't even know necessarily if it is AI per se that is dictating whether or not your car should slow down or speed up, but it can kind of like, it can pivot the throttle and brake for you. So, I mean, for all intents and purposes, if you're on a road trip, you can keep it on cruise control, and then you don't have to worry about like, let's say you're going 70 miles per hour straight and a car cuts you off. Well, the active driving system will end up like recognizing that a car just cut you off, and it'll apply the brakes before you even can. Oh, you mean the woman-proof assists? Yeah. Yeah, I guess you could say that.
With the active driving up to a speed, let me close the sunroof quickly, up to a speed of 90 miles an hour. So this Grand Wagoneer can actually actively drive itself, maintain its lane up to 90 miles per hour. It's incredible. So right now I'm set to 60. All I need to do to have the Grand Wagoneer drive itself is to keep a little bit of pressure on the steering wheel. So right now I'm using my thumb on my left hand. My feet are not connected, as you see. I'm not engaging in gas, not engaging in a brake. It's going to maintain a distance of 4 car lengths in front of me. I can actually lower that distance by pressing this button here on the bottom left of that display there. I'm going to increase the speed to 65 miles an hour. It shows first on the bottom right corner, and then the car will proceed to accelerate to that speed.
Okay, so yeah, I mean, it's basically like similar to the system that mine has. So how many bars you have, you can consider that to be how many lengths of cars that it can that it'll stay behind whatever the closest vehicle in front of you is. All right, so I mean, would you guys consider like that technology, which by the way, in pretty much all cars that are like 2023 and up, they're going to have something similar to that. Would you guys consider that to be autonomous? Would you guys consider that to be AI that is like regulating the decision making behind whether or not the car should slow up or speed down? And what exactly is an autonomous vehicle powered by AI, and what are the benefits and drawbacks of it? So, my friends, if we want to get studious in here, here is a definition as to what qualifies as an autonomous car or a driverless car, which I don't really even like the term driverless because I guess you still need somebody in the car as a quote unquote driver, right? LiDAR, yeah, Cody. Cody says use a combination of LiDAR and cameras in today's vehicles, which is connected to pretty much all main drivetrain and braking modules. Yeah, that's actually next on the thing. That's next on the list. Thank you, Cody. All right, so to qualify as fully autonomous, a vehicle must be able to navigate without human intervention to a predetermined destination over roads that have not been adapted for its use. So basically, like, guys, it doesn't already know like from a map where it's going to turn left or turn right or whatever. That's what I'm picking up for the definition. Companies developing and or testing autonomous cars include Audi, BMW, Ford, Google. I didn't know that. General Motors, Tesla, Volkswagen, and Volvo. So that would be what they would define as an autonomous vehicle, right? Or a driverless car. Could be someone who says, man, it's like I used to do this for a living or something. Yeah, I know, right? I know. So, like, what are the perceived benefits of that? I mean, I could think of a few. Have you guys ever I live in Miami, Florida, and my family lives in New Orleans, Louisiana. So anytime I have to go and commute to see them, it's like a 12-hour drive. It's pretty tedious, and especially as you get older, driving just sucks a lot out of you. Any little bit of assistance in a car can do the driving for me. To me, it's a net win. Now, I'm sure there's a lot of other benefits. Like, I think one that probably people like don't talk about is like the fact that if you're handicapped or something, whether it's like mentally or physically, this could give you the ability to have more autonomy in your life and freedom of mobility, because then you can go ahead and drive a car yourself, or rather, you can get in a car yourself and the car can drive itself for you. Now, the drawbacks, well, I wonder if there's any like, let's see, Tesla crash videos. If Elon Musk was smart, he would have gotten that taken off. Oh, this one looks juicy. All right, let's check this one out, guys. This one looks a little juicy.
Showing how Tesla Autopilot reacts and crashes, near misses, fails, and saves. And showing how it sometimes doesn't react at all.
Holy
Wham, bam, Tesla cam. I hope you're satisfied.
Before we roll the clips, we want to be clear that we don't have any data from Tesla to confirm or deny that Autopilot was active in any of these situations. They're simply the stories Tesla owners chose to share with us, as are all the videos in this series. If we didn't believe the submitters, we wouldn't include their clips in this video. We've numbered the clips to make it easy to discuss them in the comments. This is part 1 of the Autopilot special, Autopilot Rollout. Yvonne and his friend were on their way to the Peterson Automotive Museum in Los Angeles, California to check out the Tesla Roadster on display there. That's when a silver Lexus merged in front of them. Yvonne had autopilot set to 70 miles per hour. When the Lexus merged, the driver clearly accelerated, moving faster than the Tesla's constant speed. Traffic slowed down up ahead, but the Lexus didn't. It doesn't look like the driver even hit the brakes until just before he slammed into a black Kia.
Yikes.
Autopilot didn't react or give any warnings, so Yvonne took over and applied the brakes. He doesn't think Autopilot had a chance to react, as the accident was too far in the distance.
All right. Well, I mean, there's drawback number one, right? The thing could just simply mess up and be worse than what a human could be doing if it's faulty, right? Sam Perchansky in the house. We here. Boom. Like literally, you're here. Are you downstairs? Mike Harden says, "Hi, Chief. I've been watching some of your past live streams and I'm learning basic web dev. Love your work." Thanks, man. I appreciate it. I would say, guys, that's a pretty big drawback. Man, this video is like, what? How long is this video? 12 minutes long. You guys want to watch any more of it? I think you guys have heard enough Tesla accident stories. Like, this can definitely happen. And that's honestly, that's one of the things that scared me the most is like thinking about a world where all these cars are driving autonomously. If you guys have ever driven anywhere in Miami, Florida, the place is like, it's full of bad drivers as it is. We don't need any more accidents here or any stuff like that. So I would venture to say that if that were to make less accidents occur, well, then I'd be all for it. If we're to make more accidents occur, and we'd have to be able to statistically prove this, right? Like I would need to like look at like numbers and be like, okay, this is like beyond a doubt going to be the right thing and or wrong thing to do. Okay, so another piece of evidence for you guys about this, I would like to show you all, is perception systems. So basically, like the role of perception systems in autonomous vehicles. So cameras, sensors, what Cody Moose was talking about earlier, LiDAR, these quote unquote AI algorithms, they use all these things to analyze and interpret data and then have an understanding of the vehicle's surroundings. And from this understanding, then they're able to go ahead and decide what actions they're going to take on behalf of the algorithm. So how do perception how do perception stacks and perception systems work in autonomous driving vehicles? Let's look at this. So let's just look at this picture here because we want to be elementary about it. Detection, classification, tracking, and segmentation. So detection is like, from the picture, I'm assuming like it looks at like signs and things. Classification is it's going to go ahead and classify what things that it detects. Tracking, and I think that's got to do with the LiDAR system that Cody was talking about. I think also segmentation does too. There are 4 core tasks in self-driving software used to perceive the world around it. So detection, to recognize and figure out where an object is in the environment. Classification, to determine what exactly the object is. All right, sounds about right. Tracking, to observe moving objects over time. So for example, walking pedestrian. Wasn't there a Tesla video of some guy having a self-driving Tesla that just like smacked a pedestrian? That must really suck for both parties involved. So this is useful for monitoring speed or velocity of the surrounding objects related to the vehicle itself. And then segmentation. So to match each pixel in an image with semantic categories such as road, car, and sky. Not really quite sure why it would need to classify the sky, but I guess it makes sense. So another thing, for example, like some of these LiDAR, and Cody, if I'm wrong about this, like please correct me, let me know. These LiDAR systems are pretty the hardware and the equipment for them is pretty intense. I know that on my Ford, there is 2 cameras in the front. There are 2 cameras on each mirror. There's 2 cameras in the tailgate of the bed, and there's also 1 camera on the back of the cab. And one thing that the vehicle can do, and a lot of modern vehicles do this these days, by the way, guys, is like if you go in reverse, it kind of gives you like a bird's eye view. It looks as if like somebody's in a drone above the vehicle, and you can see like all your surroundings. But what's actually happening there is the only reason that works isn't because like there's a drone, hidden invisible drone attached to your car 24/7 that's like, giving you a bird's eye view. It's because all of those camera feeds are being stitched together, most likely at like the binary level, and interpreted with software to look as if you're looking above the car. Cody says, yeah, they're pretty sophisticated. A lot of work went into these systems. Yeah. Chia. I would say so. And there's also this stuff called mapping and localization, guys. Let's take a look at this real quick, too. We may as well. Mapping and localization. All right. Let's see what good old Wikipedia has to say about this. Simultaneous localization and mapping, SLAM, SLAM, is the computational problem of constructing or updating a map of an unknown environment while simultaneously keeping track of an agent's location within it. Okay. This makes sense. Now, this is exactly what I'm thinking about right here. There we go. I learned about this in school. You guys have probably played video games that have been adventure video games before where you're in a maze and maybe it's dark and the map doesn't get lit up until you go through that room. Well, obviously that's already being done for you with the software, but I guess that's kind of the experience that you'd be mimicking with this mapping and localization. So guys, what do you guys think that the future of AI and driving looks like? Are you guys scared? Are you guys excited? Do you guys think that it's all just a big fad? Do you think that it's just dumb? And do you think that it has the potential to make humanity better? Or really, let's forget about humanity, to make traffic better or traffic worse? I'm going to venture we're pretty far off from it, probably a couple of years from it being anything super beneficial. But like I said, I do think that there's probably a lot of people out there that shouldn't drive and that shouldn't have licenses. And in my humble opinion, if it can do better than them, then I'm all for it. Cody says, I think it's cool, but I won't be owning one personally. Yeah, I mean, at least have the ability to drive it yourself too, because sometimes you just want to drive, unless it's an electric car. And in that case, I don't want to drive it. All right, guys, that's all I have tonight. Hope you guys enjoyed and learned something. See ya.